Special episodes were an opportunity for Degrassi to tell stories in greater depth than usual. So for this list, we'll be counting down the top 10 specials from Degrassi: The Next Generation. We're defining specials as extended episodes, or episodes of multiple parts, and we'll be ranking based on their impact on the overall Degrassi series, how well they use their extended runtime, and their real-world impact and messaging. Please note that there are some tough issues covered in this list, so viewer discretion is advised. Before we dive in, if you're a fan of Degrassi, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. Number 10. What a Girl Wants. What a Girl Wants really dived deeply into the idea of abusive relationships, and although this topic has been addressed before in The Next Generation, in What a Girl Wants, the show had more time to look into the depth of the issue.
Ow! That hurts.
I'm sorry. Let me fix it.
The situation between Fiona and Bobby showed fans the issues surrounding physical and psychological abuse, and how it can affect its victims mentally.
You okay?
I don't know anymore.
It's cryptic.
And the ways in which abusers can manipulate their victims.
Don't mess with me, Fiona.
I want to break up.
No, you don't.
The episode also dealt with Sav and Anya's relationship, and touched on the use of lies to bring them back together.
Anya told me she's pregnant.
Which not only impacted the show by giving fans one last glimmer of hope for Sav and Anya, but also examined the question of whether it's okay to lie if it leads to something good. And so, for these moral quandaries and the serious topics it addressed, What a Girl Wants takes our opening spot.
I love it.
Number 9. Degrassi Goes Hollywood. The Degrassi crew ran wild in the City of Angels, with the return of some familiar and famous faces.
Ashton Kutcher?
This special was a great way to say goodbye, for a while, to a fan favorite class of Degrassi, and gave fans closure for two Degrassi couples, Manny and Jay, and Craig and Ellie, though theirs was slightly more ambiguous.
I do wanna try, 'cause if falling for you, girl, is crazy, then I'm going out.
We'll always have LA, right?
Someday, maybe.
Of course, we can't not mention Paige and Manny's adventures in movie stardom, as Paige was discovered.
My name is Paige Michaelchak, and I'm here to audition for Trixie.
Only to then quickly fall from grace.
I'm still director, and I'm recasting. I want Manny Santos.
Manny Santos, please.
You're kidding, that girl with the terrible audition tape? You can't have Manny.
Whilst Manny struggled and eventually found success.
Hoping that I can change you. I'll be the one to tame you, but you never got.
Degrassi Goes Hollywood also focused on some more serious topics too, as it highlighted Ellie's struggles to cope with her father,
Ellie's messed up. She has way more serious things in her life to deal with.
who was suffering from PTSD following his return from Afghanistan.
Hey, Daddy.
For these reasons, the star-studded adventures,
Pete wins.
I'm gonna say, we're addicted.
the road trip comedy,
Stop the bus! I just saw Ben Affleck!
and the important character moments,
You know, I love you.
I know.
Degrassi Goes Hollywood takes the number 9 spot on our list. Number 8. Accidents Will Happen. Teen pregnancy is a subject that was covered many times on Degrassi over the years.
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant.
Pregnant?
You got me pregnant!
However, when a 14-year-old Manny revealed she was pregnant, it threw everyone for a spin.
Spike, I think I'm pregnant.
Not only did the special address the already divisive issue of teenage pregnancy, but it also discussed the long-debated and controversial subject of abortion.
I'm getting an abortion. You can't.
I wouldn't want to give a baby some crappy life with a mom who isn't ready.
Yeah, well, at least it would have a life. What about adoption? There are agencies with great counselors.
I know, but I can't go through giving birth.
This episode also served as a way of presenting how people can have different opinions on a topic, but come together and understand each other's point of view. And in the case of abortion, every individual's right to choose.
What she's doing is wrong.
I agree with you, okay? If she was just some stranger, I would be furious with her, but she's my friend. And it's her choice.
But it's my baby.
And Manny's body, what about her?
Degrassi was never one to shy away from topics that are often considered taboo. And so Accidents Will Happen makes its way onto the list for giving us a thorough and considered deconstruction, and showed us that no matter how difficult the topic is, respect and friendship will always prevail.
How will I feel after?
Everybody feels differently. Lots of women cry a little. Many feel relieved.
Number 7. What's it feel like to be a ghost? In Season 6, after leaving to pursue his music career, Craig returned to Toronto for a music festival, and to Manny, bringing back his cool new rock star persona.
Guy sounds like a real jackass. You sure you want to keep seeing him?
Like I said, it's pretty cute.
And with it, a big problem.
Hey, I'm so happy to see you.
All right, man, you're up.
Aren't you gonna say anything?
Whilst on the road, Craig had become addicted to cocaine, which he used to ease his anxiety about performing.
You said it didn't bother you.
I lied. Craig, it does. Why? Why do you do it?
What followed over the course of the special was a troubling portrayal of what drug addiction can do, both to a person,
Craig, are you doing coke?
and to those around them.
So don't make me stop. Please. I need it.
This special also hit on the struggles of being a teenage mother.
I can't do this right now. I'm tired and I'm stressed. Isabella's sick again.
And how we as a society need to find a way to help women in this situation.
I propose that Degrassi should have an on-site daycare. Benefits would be plentiful for both staff and students with children, as well as... Next!
In addition to touching on these big issues, What's It Feel Like to Be a Ghost also marked the beginning of the end of JT's time on the show, as his clashes with Lakers students began to intensify.
Easy, mascot boy.
You want a war? You got it. Meet me in the tunnel tomorrow at 5.
Mind if I bring my friends?
No?
For tackling these issues, and in hindsight, seeing how much emotional weight this special adds to JT's death, What's It Feel Like to Be a Ghost is definitely deserving of number 7 on our list.
Goodbye, Craig.
Number 6. Shout. Like other entries on this list, Shout was a special episode that dealt with a particularly horrific situation. Yes, Shout was the episode that saw Paige meet Dean Walton, a 17-year-old soccer player from Bardell, who despite initially seeming charming, turned out to be a real villain, as he lured the 14-year-old Paige into a bedroom at a party and forced himself on her.
What are you doing? I don't think so. Dean! No!
It's okay.
Dean, stop!
This was the first time that the next generation addressed the topic of rape. And although this began as a long story for Paige that spanned several seasons,
given that there are no eyewitnesses and no physical evidence, I have no choice but to find the defendant not guilty. Mr. Walton, you are free to go.
Shout really utilized its extended runtime to examine the horror of the act and the huge impact that it had on Paige.
You're so adorable.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
At first, she denied the situation, blamed herself, and tried to forget about it.
All the way, I'm fine.
What Dean did was illegal. You know that, right?
Yeah, and what about what I did?
You didn't do anything.
So I didn't dress like a slut? I didn't drink? I didn't come on to him in front of the whole party?
Paige.
I guess I didn't ask him to go upstairs either.
You said no.
But in the second part of the special, viewers watched Paige begin to come to terms with what had happened, accept the help and support of her friends.
I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
And seek professional help with the situation.
I'm ready to talk at least. Well, as ready as I'll ever be.
Number 5. When Doves Cry. Another Craig-centric special. This two-parter was the first time the audience were introduced to Craig, and immediately it became clear how abusive his relationship with his father was.
I worked my ass off for you.
Shining a light on the unfortunately underreported issue of child abuse, this special didn't shy away from a lot of the issues surrounding a situation like this.
Ow! What is that?
And how seriously it impacts every aspect of a young person's life.
Greg! Greg, get off the dang tracks, man! We're playing around, get off the tracks! Greg! Greg, we're playing around, man, get off the tracks! Greg!
However, despite all this bad, When Doves Cry did show that there's support for those going through these things.
He hits you, doesn't he?
Whether it be from loved ones,
Yeah.
or the authorities.
There are 3 options, Dad. I can go to Children's Aid right now. I can go and stay with Joey while we sort this stuff out. Or I can come back here and let you beat me.
This special served as a poignant way to introduce a key and multifaceted character to the series, in a way that would stay with viewers for a long time. Number 4. Tears Are Not Enough.
It won't change! Ever!
This special was a boiling point for Craig, as he grappled with mounting pressure from his studies.
Oh, someone's a browner.
Someone is just in a bad mood. Someone just wants to pass his science exam, right?
And found himself dealing with the return of his abusive father.
Dad? What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd come by and see my son. Meet his friends.
This initially seemed to provide some positivity and relief for Craig, as his dad reassured him that he'd changed.
You know, you leaving was a huge wake-up call for me. I got myself into anger management, and I've gotten better. I've gotten a lot better.
But it soon became clear that wasn't the case.
Craig, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again?
And to make matters worse, this special made sure that Craig would never get the closure or happy ending with his father that he desperately craved, as it was revealed that he had died off-screen in a car accident.
Dad had an accident last night. He's in the hospital?
No, sit. Sit. He didn't make it.
The second half of the special showcased the emotional fallout from all this, as Craig struggled to navigate his mixed feelings around his father's death.
Maybe Craig needs some
Listen, you, Albert, knew his dedication to helping others.
Sorry.
This is why he was a great doctor and a great surgeon.
I wanted him gone. So why am I crying now that he is?
Because you love him.
Tears Are Not Enough dealt, as many Degrassi episodes do, with some very heavy issues, but that it gave the focus to Craig, and used its extended runtime to really deconstruct his complicated emotional state, is why this special takes our number 4 spot. Number 3. Time Stands Still. Time Stands Still was one of the most memorable 2-part specials in the history of Degrassi. Even non-fans know about the shocking events that take place in this episode.
You made me do this.
The school shooting itself was of course the most memorable moment of the episode, and one that has unfortunately become even more resonant in recent years. But the 2-part episode also took the time to allow the audience to analyze Rick's psychological state, and perhaps most tragically of all, made us watch helplessly as the bullying he endured pushed him closer to the edge. Question of whether Rick had changed for the better played on the minds of Degrassi fans from the moment he returned.
Nervous?
No. Not really. Yes, I am a little bit, yeah.
Don't worry. Together we'll lead the team to new heights of victory.
But with the tragic end that he met later in the episode, viewers would never have a chance to find out.
Jimmy?
This special tackled a huge and difficult topic in a way that closely reflected reality.
Did you try and stop him? What was I supposed to do?
And shook the entire show to its core, with long-lasting ramifications for its characters. Which makes it a worthy pick for our number 3 spot. Number 2, Degrassi Takes Manhattan. This special has been immortalized for one simple reason: Spinner and Emma's wedding. Well, that and this confusing moment.
You want inappropriate?
Degrassi Takes Manhattan also marked the first time the Degrassi cast headed to the Big Apple, which would become an important location for future couples and storylines.
I am going to New York, and if you won't take me, I'll find someone who will.
The adventures of Jane, Holly J, and Declan in Manhattan,
Don't tell my dad.
alongside the escapades of Spinner, Emma, and the gang back home,
Hammer time!
took Degrassi fans on a roller coaster of emotions.
What the hell are you doing here? Nothing. We were just talking.
Manny, it's okay.
Like hell it is. Get out!
Beyond that, this special served as a way for Degrassi fans to say one final goodbye to some of their favorite characters: Spinner, Emma, Jay, Manny, and even some special appearances.
You know I do.
These important scenes are the reason Degrassi Takes Manhattan had to be on this list. And the fact that there are so many feel-good moments beyond just makes it all the more memorable.
I know you'll be true to me.
Number 1, My Body is a Cage. The topic of transgender rights has been in the public eye a lot in recent years. And Adam's story in Degrassi highlighted the struggles that members of the transgender community face daily.
I thought it would be nice if Gracie could join us for dinner.
Godspeed.
I told you, Gracie's gone.
Will you please just consider it?
This two-parter shined a light on the work Adam was doing to avoid outing himself as transgender.
For steel-toed rubber boots.
And after Adam was eventually outed to his classmates anyway,
Well, what's going on there?
Nothing.
You're too skinny to have man boobs.
Stop! What the hell? Are you a girl?
the episode showcased many of the difficulties that transgender individuals face, including bullying, discrimination,
And you'll have to use a different washroom.
Well, I'm not using the girls.
You're not.
The handicap washroom.
and misgendering, even from loved ones.
When you look at me, do you see a boy or a girl?
Oh, Adam.
Just answer me.
A girl.
These societal pressures are things that unfortunately a lot of transgender individuals face. And like Adam, it makes them scared to be themselves and can lead to dangerous mental health situations.
What are you doing?
However, thankfully, the special did also show that in being yourself, you can find a great support network of friends.
I'm a guy, like 100% dude. But I was born in a girl's body.
Cool.
Teachers.
Who's the shadow?
Miss Gosnell, civics teacher, LGBT advisor.
And family.
You force her to come?
Nope. So we're gonna do this? We have some ugly ass clothes to burn.
My Body is a Cage was not only the first time a transgender character was introduced to Degrassi, but also was a huge moment in the media landscape, and the episode picked up multiple awards and brought awareness of transgender rights to a wider audience. For that reason, My Body is a Cage has to be top of this list.
Still me.
So there you have it. Those were our picks for the top 10 special episodes from Degrassi: The Next Generation. Do you agree? Or did we miss any out? Let us know below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.